Some news coming in. ISIS flags have been seen near the Jamia Masjid in Srinagar after Friday prayers. Well, this is not the first time that we're seeing such flags in the area. Earlier last week, we also saw last Friday Palestinian flags along with Pakistani flags and ISIS flags being waved in the valley. Now, this once again comes after Friday prayers. Those are the flags there on your screens being held by supporters. We will try and connect with Shuja Haq and our other correspondents to find out and ascertain the identity of these supporters. But in the latest that is emerging from the valley, ISIS flags have been waved near the Jamia Masjid in Srinagar. Editor Shiv Arur now joining me on the phone line. Shiv, once again after Friday prayers, we're seeing the ISIS flags being waved in the valley.
Absolutely, Vedika. For the fourth time in just the last 3 days, you're seeing an incident of this kind, once again highlighting, the impunity with which, these elements which owe allegiance to either the Hurriyat or other groups are completely fearless about any punitive action by state authorities when they indulge in this sort of thing. Let's also remember the pretty scary circumstances under which this is happening. Remember just a couple of days ago in Rajouri, near Jammu, Vedika, there had been a near riot-like situation which necessitated a flag march by the army because of the VHP and the Bajrang Dal getting involved in a fracas with local elements over the burning of an ISIS flag. Now you've got elements in Srinagar openly waving an ISIS flag once again. And it was you and I discussing this last Friday as well, Vedika. Remember when we saw these flags actually being waved? Once again, after afternoon prayers on this Friday, you see these groups doing the same thing. Interesting to look at these pictures closely, Vedika. You can see these men masking their faces because even though that impunity and fearlessness of the law has actually increased, and the fact that they can, wave these ISIS flags is apparent, obviously there is always that latent sort of nervousness about their identities actually being revealed and who they are. I think this has to do with which groups they belong to. Could it be the Hurriyat faction? Could it be, some other groups that operate in Srinagar at this point of time? So that's going to be very interesting. But the underlying message is amply clear, and it remains the same. No state response, no state intervention, no example being set, no punishment, no terrorism.
That's what I was going to ask you, Shiv. It seems that locally it's always contained, but this is now a state subject as well, a state concern, because it's not the first time or second or third that we're seeing ISIS flags emerge in the valley.
Precisely, and it's become a bit of a joke. I mean, the state authorities are a bit of a laughing stock right now because, you've got leaders as high up as India's own Home Minister, Vedika, Rajnath Singh, who said, this sort of thing will not be tolerated, an example will be set. You've got Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, who happens to be an MP from Jammu and Kashmir, who has said that, an example will definitely be set and this sort of thing will not be allowed. You've got the state government saying that an example will be set, the BJP-PDP government, but nothing has actually happened. The precise number of people who've been detained, questioned or arrested for this sort of thing is precisely zero. So that gives you a real sense of the message that's being sent out. The government appears to be completely helpless in the on the one hand, they say these are fringe elements, no attention needs to be paid. On the other hand, this is happening just hours after India's National Security Advisor has just returned from the Kashmir Valley after an extensive...
Shiv, he himself has also gone ahead to say that there is a bit of a surge or a worry over local militants also.
Precisely. So you've got the National Security Advisor who has the Prime Minister's own ear personally saying that, the recruitment of local youth into militancy is a very live and present and a contentious issue. Is something that needs to be looked at very closely. Now, these people holding flags are all youth. Why would they be holding these flags if they did not have anti-state and anti-Indian sentiments, and B, wanting to provoke some kind of a reaction into a more violent situation? Obviously, they owe some kind of allegiance, to militant groups or the Hurriyat. Either way, the fact that there has been no action has only emboldened them and made the situation much more dangerous.
All right, Shiv, we'll have to leave it at that because we have some more breaking news coming in.